Hi folks, and welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4, where we have had a massive reorganisation of my navy, to some extent anyway. So I've spent a bit of time looking at this, haven't looked it up online, haven't read any more about it, but I've made a few changes. And basically what we're doing, we're focusing the navy where they're needed. So we're kind of leaving this bit almost undefended. We've got escort ships and stuff. But where I need to get naval supremacy urgently, I've had a bit of a rethink. So I've got this Pacific Invasion Fleet theatre here, where we've got lots of task forces out on patrol along the naval routes of invasion. And then I've combined the 3 strike fleets into one, what do you call them? Task force fleet? I don't know. The fleet, I think. Fleet 4. And we've put them on patrol specifically along the invasion routes, just to get the patrol values up as much as possible. And then to really boost that, we've combined a couple of what were strike fleets, or big naval task forces. My Japanese home waters. This one is actually, I should rename this now, but it's actually going to be used to really focus, if you like, on where we need it. So the big fleets of big ships, they're now on strike force, but they are ordered into the areas where we absolutely need to get domination. And that's not because they're going to go in there and sink stuff, though they might. It's because they're going to multiply the values of the ships that are patrolling in those areas. And that's how I'm going to try and get naval dominance now. We've also added some more submarines, a load more spare subs I found just floating around this area. I've got them on patrol with orders to attack. And that's pretty much it, apart from just changing the size of some of the forces around a little bit. So we're going to see if this can do the job. And we do have something going on up here, but there's not as much. Oh, and I've asked for military access from Italy as well, because I noticed that we didn't have it, despite being in the faction and stuff. So I've pulled my troops out of here, and Italy can do what they want now. That's none of my business anymore. I have no damn right being involved over there. We are suffering from manpower issues, so we are going to go and make some puppets. We're going to have the state of Burma. That's going to be a thing. The Second Philippine Republic. I'm kind of keen to keep hold of all this area myself. So, the kingdoms of Annam and Greater Cambodia. I don't really know where they go. They're somewhere over here, right? The Empire of Vietnam. Now, I kind of want to keep all that if I can. There's a state of Ceylon. That's got some good materials, which we don't need. Oh, actually, I was kind of hoping there'd be an Australia in this, but there isn't. There are other areas that we can release, I think, but that might make a bit of a difference to the garrisons. Yeah, I thought it would. So that's okay. So we have some new allies in the war, I guess. And of course, we could release all this area, but I'm pretty sure there's some war goals and things that are tied into us keeping hold of that, so I don't really want to. Meanwhile, we can go... we did have a shortage of steel when I loaded the game in. Oh, hang on. Reorganized national government of the Republic of China cannot become an... Okay, we don't want that to happen. So the easiest way to avoid this happening is just to go and build... Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Infrastructure everywhere. You can build anything, but infrastructure always helps and gets more resources, which will come in my way in any case. So that's fine. Let's go and grab all that. Keeps all those factories fairly busy, and hopefully it should sort out that particular little issue. Right, let's move time on. So we should see some invasions start to kick off soon, because I think we're going to gain dominance over this, unless there's a particular reason why we can't. There's still American fleets floating around. And we're not getting anything over there, despite me ordering lots of patrols and everything else in there. Yeah, we're kind of struggling to get what we need here. But give it time, and I'm hopefully... what else can we do, actually? We can throw in... do we have any space in here? No, not a whole lot. We can throw in some naval bombers. Let's get those. And then what we can do is just put those over that region. I guess I could throw some in down here as well. We must have... oh, that's on a carrier. You can see how much effect they've had throughout the game. They've not really been getting anything. Although those fleets have been engaged, they've not really had any major action for the planes. All right, so we are kind of waiting for these. Base value from ships on patrol missions. Is that because we're out of range? Does not have enough active patrol forces. I've got loads of patrol forces to cover that area. I've specifically ordered some just to cover that area. Right, okay. This is what we have this for. These guys were on strike fleets. Let's take that off. Let's put them specifically on patrol there and there. And this is one that we also want. But we now have... I think that's coming up, right? It changed colour. That's a better control state. We might get some naval invasions going off anyway. So yes, it's a tricky business now. Do we care? Form the Kido Butai, which does what? Modify army and naval air services by sortie efficiency. Doesn't sound like a bad thing. I'll take it. I don't think it's going to be the deciding factor. Reorganized national government of the Republic of China changed autonomy level. That might be coming back down soon, don't worry. We'll build some infrastructure. Yeah, we don't really want them breaking away because they're kind of essential to our cause. And now we're not going to get as much resources. Yes. So that's not actually too big a problem for us because we can just nip back into trade. Going to steel and we can... Oh, I don't need as much aluminium anymore. So, although, yeah, go on then. Let's send that. We were getting a lot mined. But the steel situation is actually super important. We can get more from... They seem to have a lot, right? So if I take that and do click, and then we get 1 for 80, 2 for 160. There, okay. I could have just doubled it, but that's fine. And that should be our steel sorted out, I think. We'll see. We're getting an extra 80. So I'm not quite sure. There we go. We've got someone... There we go. Things are about to trigger. Or things are going in the right direction now anyway. I'm not quite sure. I mean, we have orders, but could it be because we don't have the range? Naval supply hub. And we can't build one of those down here because we don't have a big enough level of naval port. So, let's get that up to the top of the list. You see we're doing a lot of these buildings. And that would just maximize it. But there's maybe nothing we can do until that's actually ready. So, I think it's just turn that on. And then just wait and see. Now, we've got escort fleets, destroyers, trying to protect these regions. We have submarines raiding over here, which, let's be honest, let's be honest, these guys, you're not going to raid anything over there. So, convoy raiding, I would say up and down this coast. We should be able to find something in that lot, right? There we go. I'm just going to reassess where they go. I don't know why they're getting these. I'll put them in Minecraft, so it's just they can avoid the naval mines, if there are any. I don't know if there are. Non-aggression pact from El Salvador, docking rights from Albania, and airbase from Spain. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. And now we wait. I'm not really sure what else I can do to try and get naval dominance over these regions. I absolutely have got everything turned on. Naval faction demands increased naval production. I have no problem with that. In fact, I did set an extra line of stuff off. I mean, we're not even finding big enemy fleets. There was 8 destroyers there, my light cruiser and 4 subs. Is that a thing? I've got... It's an odd mix. Why is one cruiser out by himself? We don't know. Assure superior naval quality. Nationalized... What's this do? Secure the sea lane. Naval detection and escort efficiency. Heavier naval guns. 75 research. Okay. I'm not building anything new. I've often found when I play any of the big major powers, don't actually need to ever build new capital ships. I mean, you can if you want, but I've never found there's been a need for it. I wonder if we've got some pesky... I mean, I suppose we're so close to the American coast now, there's bound to be some US fleets in action, but we're just trying to find a way through. It is this army on here that we're trying to hopefully get going. Oh, we should trigger these, by the way. And then if there's ever any point where we briefly get naval supremacy, we can just launch those invasions. We're not getting it. The western seaboard. Let's see, where is the western seaboard? Is it that? It's that one. Okay. Okay, we'll still work up these. Come on, game. Give me something good. We've got a research slot. Why have I been missing that one? I mean, I guess we'll pick anything to get the Navy up. And there's a lot of things coming through now. So secure sea lanes, just with, it'll help naval detection, escort efficiency a little bit. Engineers, recce. Yeah, so I mean, I'm just looking for something that can start an invasion. I've got basically my entire navy trying to go against here. This could be an issue because of range down here, and I've got the Marines trying to go through. I'm going to redeploy the Marines. Let's see. Have we got 2 forces through there? No, it's just these. There is another force, but we don't need to worry about it. So I'm going to cancel all those orders. And I am going to stick them. I'm going to stick them in here, leaving from this zone. And we're going to try. I think we're going to try landing. We're going to try landing on here. It grabs as a port. I'm going to try that. Is that going through? Right, okay. So we don't need to patrol this zone at all now. Just trigger that. So let's bring this on. Select any fleet. And then just get all the patrol stuff. Can we just go... How do... Oh, God. Do I have to manually reduce? I think I have to manually reduce all of those. Crap. I can't just tick that off? No, I can't. Can I do that? I can't reduce the thing. I don't want to disband them. Right, that is everything that we see on there. So the Japanese home waters. Let's take that off. That got some off. That's fine. It's so they can focus their efforts elsewhere. We've got these guys. These guys are welcome to do it. These ones, take that off. And also we can take that one off now as well. Because that's just not needed. And there's no naval invasions going across there. So this is how I'm thinking we're going to do it. Yeah, it's putting... I don't know. I just don't know how it calculates all this, to be quite honest. Let's get that out. And what we kind of want is to make sure there's no big ships, no big attack fleets going through there, because they are completely unnecessary. Yeah. And then let's just see if we can really focus our efforts elsewhere. Is that going to let me do it? No, I thought we had some of those in there. Oh, it's these ones. Okay. Right. Okay. So click that. Click that. It's just these extra submarines, and that's absolutely fine. And let's hope that actually then triggers some more progress up here. If I had some long-range medium bombers to go and bomb the shit out of things, it might make a difference. I don't know. We may have to reconsider our thoughts on this and attack North America by invading the tip of Argentina and working our way up. Or we just refocus the efforts and go after these islands down here and then get bits a few at a time. We've got all this area, which is nice. We're just not getting into there, and I just wonder if that's a range thing. I mean, what's it saying? Imperial Navy. Low convoy escort efficiency. Yeah, because I've got them escorting everywhere, which is part of the potential issue there. Couple of naval dockyards. I'll take those. Do we have anything that's doing nothing at the moment? We have 10 ships here, which is a right old mix of everything. I'm going to stick them in any old commander I can find and order them to patrol that region right there. Oh, and automatic. They're going to Hawaii. I don't think they'll have the range. It's like we need a naval base there. I can't see anything that's going to boost these issues for us or help us. What about the supply ships? That's something that we weren't really looking into, but perhaps now is the time to properly take and pay some attention to those things. Oh, let's get this up. I should have researched better military police ages ago to get my garrisons down a bit. Okay, let me have a little look in here. So if we go to that, we've got... what are they under? What's this thing? A support ship. This does what? Surface visibility, max range. Okay. We can't alter it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these things in. Put these as kind of high priority. I don't know how quickly we can get them built. Let's take out a line of cruisers. So what's it saying for this? It's going to be 21st of April 1946. That's reasonably quick. Okay, let's take a few of those down. 16th of April. So pretty quick then. And we're just going to add one of those into every fleet that we can find. British Parliament's planning to go into Scandinavia. Well, interesting. Interesting times ahead there. What's all this? Non-aggression pact from Ukraine. Lots of German puppets suddenly appearing here. Yeah, okay, I'm going to guess it's a range issue that we just can't quite sneak in there. And so perhaps I should put the efforts up going via Alaska. I think that's going to have to be the thing. It was never an issue anywhere else. But it seems to be an issue here. And can I build those naval supply hubs yet? We've got one there. I can't put them anywhere else. We didn't get anywhere up there. I mean, I suppose I could put one there. Chuck it to the top of the list. I don't think it's going to matter up there, of course. Yeah, we're still trying to build more flipping naval bases. Okay, so let's take, because this just isn't happening down here. This is a problem. Your fleets do not have enough active patrol forces. And it must be the range issue. So if we get a port up here, that will extend the range, though, I think. So we'll take the Japanese home waters. We cancel all their orders. And we put those guys on patrol up there. In the hope that we finally get in here. I thought I would have had this issue sorted, to be quite honest. But it would seem that I do not. You guys should already be patrolling up there. Right, let's see if we can get that going. So we need this. Now that's going up. So brilliant. Controlled by us. And we're going to see this army's now going to set sail. It's the Bering Sea. Is this the Bering Sea? God damn right. Yes, okay. You also need to patrol this region. Because we need to... The enemy don't have control over it. But then neither do we, because I moved the big forces out. And the convoy raiding, of which there probably isn't any, isn't happening. Right, we're going in. Let's reduce the speed a touch, so that when we land, we can control this properly. And I guess once we've got naval dominance, we can just... we can take those troops off. Come on. Come on, fellas, get in. Hopefully there's nothing there. We're going in with our floating harbours this time. Right, we're in. So what we do straight away is build ports. You go straight to the top of the list, Alaska. And so anywhere else. All right, that's excellent. Take one of those guys and we make sure... Oh, is it... Where is that connected to then? Oh, it is there. I thought it was. Advance? Where's everyone else going? This is the question. We're in there. Excellent. And we're in there. Also excellent. I think that's one region. And then we're also going to make sure that this happens by adding some ports in there. And some supplies coming through. Click. Oh, can we not do railroads yet? We maybe can't do railroads yet. Right. Move on. We are advancing nicely. We are in there now, so that's what we needed to be. Go and take that place. And move on. And let's make sure also we've got some supply. I mean, this has kind of worked, so this is reasonably good. Fly mission over Alaska. Moving on up. Docking rights from the Lebanese Republic. We'll take that one. So I'm going to guess then that nothing else has gone in anywhere. But that's okay. So at this point, we shouldn't need naval dominance over here. So we'll nip in and take this fleet. We can cancel that order. We can probably cancel that order. But I think I might leave that on. And add in that area and that area. It's not the most efficient way of doing it because we've got like just 2 forces do multiple zones and they're ordering to patrol them both at once. But we're going to see what effect it has. We have got one guy going down there, right? No? Pretty sure I ordered someone in there. Right, let's speed up because moving through Alaska is kind of slow. And I think we might start to see some progress now. Took a long time to get in there. Right, we're moving at 5 times speed and the armies just aren't marching in there. Is not a quicker way in there? There is a quicker way in there. I sense it's going to be quicker to actually... Yep, there we go. Shell dies. To build ports than it is to capture one as we move further forward. And just in case we do meet anything, let's have some better shells. Right. Lovely stuff. Let's put everything on there. And the US doesn't seem to be really too bothered about anything. And let's make a nice forward order like... screw it. Do it like that. German Reich declared war on Ireland. Ireland joined the Allies. The war continues. So I don't think anything that I picked down here made any impact at all on what we were doing. It's just a case of micromanaging the fleets and moving them around to get control over specific areas until we could. And in order to achieve that bit over the Pacific, we've had to basically pull everything out of here. And you can see we're trying to escort everywhere, but there's nothing happening. The percentage is really low. Just is what it is. I'd have to make new fleets and theatres, I think, just to get that better. But at the same point, we don't really care. Now, why are there so many fleets patrolling there? Take that off. It's not needed. And technically, that's not needed there now either. So, take that one off. And is that still... It's still by these guys. Oh, the submarines. Yeah. Take them out. Take them out. So... What we're constantly doing is trying to remove the areas that aren't needed to be patrolled and managed anymore so that we can then, our ships will focus their efforts on the remaining sectors and hopefully get in there. We are getting some patrolling going on in here, but the control ratio is abysmal. Okay, so our units are in supply. We've got the port built. Excellent. Let's make sure we've got railways coming up through here. We'll just do level 1, I think. Ah, nice. Okay. Will that connect? It seems to be connecting. And make sure those guys are at the top as well. So we're going to have issues with supplies, obviously. It's going to be steady going. Let's get that one. Right, come on. Come on, come on, come on. We've found the enemy. That's curious. I don't know that that battle line is actually drawn in correctly there. Does that not go right? There we go. I don't know why some are going back. They probably shouldn't be. I could have had this military police research a long time ago, actually. It would have helped with the garrison issues. The manpower's awful. Why are we losing so much? It's dropped hugely. Some things had an effect on that. Didn't think it was to do with my recruiting. Oh, it might have been. It's probably with us being giving up the other areas, actually. Hang on just a sec. Can I go to this place and go? Let's have a look. Request forces, give control of a state. I was looking for the option to help out with garrisons. Is that a thing? Improve relations. If I request forces, I don't really want their actual... There is an option to do that. I don't know where it is. Let me know in the comments. I've never had to worry about it before. Yeah, that'll be why we're going down in manpower. I strongly suspect. So we could change this to all adults serve. Then we take quite the hit to factory output, though, if we do that. So it's probably more the case that we can get rid of quite a few of our divisions all over the place. Anyway, we are hoping... we're slowly getting control over there. That's good news. Good news, fellas. Good news. I don't know if I'm actually going to use those launchers. Once we get into the US, that's it then. We don't need to worry about such trivial matters as improved ships after that. Okay, we're going to take that one off. And add that one... Sorry, that one on and slowly gain control if we can. Right, it's great to see that we are eventually making progress now against the US. It's taken some time. Let's have a look. Promote Japanese settlement. We'll just do all of those things. It seems to me, and it feels to me, like a lot of the focus tree is just built up of stuff that is kind of nothing stuff that doesn't really matter. And it's been added in order to just give you something to click on and select. And it's not really that exciting. A lot of the stuff down there. It works. It will do. It's fine. It's an upgrade for what isn't there. But it's nothing that major. Let's get the research slot going. So any more infantry stuff? No, that bit's done. I'm researching things faster than I can cope with. Logistics support. I think we'll have some of that. And on the other one, fall of Los Angeles. Oh, right, the invasion's gone in. Let's just slow things down and check that out. I didn't actually notice that invasion going in. And we've done it without adding any of those support ships to our navies that I started building. So there you go. We didn't need them in the end after all. It's hilarious. Maybe we should have the fire control. But I mean, it's not like we're finding any fights. We're not having any naval combats. We're just basically... We've found stuff to invade, so... or we've pushed the enemy control out, rather. Let's see. So these guys, they've achieved that job. Let me make sure that you are now patrolling that region and that region. And we can get the rest of the invasions underway. So what we need to do... We've got 2 armies that look like they've gone in here, at least. We need to kind of meet up with everybody else. The US has probably tried to push some US paratroopers there. I don't know if I've ever seen the AI use paratroopers in any way, shape, form whatsoever. Well, the little sort of experiment going into Alaska, it has worked, which is excellent. We'll get in here as well. We'll form one big field marshal command. And then that'll tidy those forces up quite a bit. There are some US forces in front of us. Have I ticked the thing? It said there were 44 divisions, but they're not there. Scroll out. Oh, sorry. No, I'm looking at mine. I beg your pardon. Promote Japanese settlement. What did it actually do? Just there's some regions it helped. Oh, and consumer goods factories go down, which is always good. The Manchuria Airplane Company. So Manchuria will get building slots and military factories. We'll do that. I guess we're going to take... Seattle now. That's all going in nicely. Have we got navies... Sorry, have we got Marines going in yet? We have not. Yes, we have. They've just kicked off. So we've finally... I think it's been a range issue the whole time. Just trying to get range. We didn't have ships with the range to go from Hawaii to the US coast. But that doesn't seem to be an issue now. So what we'll do is we've got probably 2 armies down here. Where we'll just get these guys advancing a little bit. Like that. And I'll just form a field marshal command with the whole thing. As we do that. Trigger. Make sure we grab Vancouver. Trigger all those. We can put the speed back up now. And I just want to get the place tidied up. And then we can form a proper command. Give them some decent orders. And off we go. Job's good. Job's very good. Is there anything left to really grab? Trains. We could have some cheaper trains. Which actually might be a thing. We've got plenty of trucks. We've got plenty of stockpiles. We actually have plenty of trains as well, so it's not that big a deal. It's a raid coming in. I want to see the naval invasions going down here. Oh, we've actually found a fleet of 3 Mexican destroyers. 3 Mexican destroyers were holding up the might of the Japanese Navy. The Ugandan People's Republic. Germany's just going apeshit and declaring war everywhere. Not really achieving anything from it either. It's probably going to be down to me to sort their messes out as well. This is just... the US has got nothing in here. There's just nothing coming. Oh, which is quite hilarious. Okay, now we're in. Now we're in properly. Give me one of you guys. Just because we want to try and... Oh, wait, hang on. Just walk down there. The other guys grab that. And then we're about to tidy up the situation dramatically once we get that one, I think. The Marines have broken in. Not really much to worry about down there. Okay, that's absolutely fine. So what we can do is just stop all these commands for a moment. And then we're going to just cancel all of them. Which may seem silly, but it'll make sense in a second. Those guys are now in and trained. Well, not in, but they're trained and ready to go. Right, this took quite a bit of effort to finally pull off. But we do that, and all we do is we give them one massive... Actually, I'm just going to cancel that before we start it. Make sure everyone's cancelled. What I should have done, hold down shift when you're doing these, and it actually sets a unified order. So it's better than having individual armies assigned to individual bits of the front. Because when that expands, that will go messy very, very quickly. Right, screw Canada for the time being. That will do. Let's take out that chunk of the USA. Trigger that. And off they go. At full speed. 5 times speed. That's the way to do it. Absolutely, that is the way to do it. Establish Manchuria Airplane Company. Oh, yes. That was this kind of boring thing here. Excellent. That's going ahead quite nicely now. We can lower the autonomy of a subject, which is exactly what we wanted to do. That was China, right? Yeah, 50 political power. It's because we've built all that infrastructure over there. So they're not getting away with that. Yeah, we're definitely having that back. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna take a look in here and look at... We've got supplies of everything. I believe our factory output is going to be fine. So we're going to take the next level of this. And we could reduce the garrisons even further by giving up some areas, creating some puppets. It's not a bad idea. But there we go. We are sailing across the United States and Mexico. Mostly. Got a few issues with supplies up there, so let's make sure we've got... Oh no, we're actually hooked into the US rail network now, I think. So that's good news. But let's upgrade those. Because we can. And then I could just stick... It's easier and cheaper to stick a port somewhere. Just to add some extra capacity than it is to build a supply hub. So I guess we do that. And then we're just souping up our navy a little bit. There might be some of the Royal Navy left to face if we have to invade Britain. But yes, I kind of like how that's looking now. Are we meeting much in the way of Americans? No, not very much. I think they're having to come back from Africa very quickly, which should allow Germany and Italy to then really do well in Africa. Because I feel like they've been held up so far. And Imperial Japan. It's just like watching the map change colour. Do you know what we also could have done? Because I did actually do this. I've never bothered in this game. We can do that. Although it's not going to help an awful lot now. What should we do? The Shulikeng power plant. In Taiwan, we had a dam, which helps with power and efficiency and stuff like that. Something we've not had to worry about because we've had loads of coal. Whoops. Someone's missed a bit down here. Oh, we've got Marines and all sorts in this. I forgot about the Marines. We have 12 Marine divisions. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's cancel their orders. And give them a front line like... No. Front line like this. With orders to simply... Yeah, let's just conquer all of Mexico. Conquering Mexico with the Marines sounds like the way to go. Go do it. I have faith in you fellas. I'm pretty sure you'll do it. Meanwhile, it looks like Canada's going to hold out to the bitter end here. Good old Canada. Yeah, this is quite a grim place to have to fight through, especially in December. Is there anything left that we can grab in here? That would have been good, but we're always struggling for slots for support companies. I kind of like all my other things, but with the current manpower situation not looking amazing, it wouldn't have been a terrible thing. However, we're past all that, so I don't see that there's an awful lot of exciting stuff left to take. Except we could improve our Marines. I guess we'll grab it. We'll grab it anywhere. Has there been a big battle? I would have loved to have seen a big battle, but I don't really know what was... We're finding transport, but I would have loved to have seen a big naval battle here. I don't know what was causing the hold-up, other than the range issue, of course, but we should have been able to get something in there. One of the issues... now this might be the issue. I have barely lost a ship, as far as I can tell, in the entire conflict, which means a lot of my destroyers and submarines are still the early models, which have limited range. Normally, by 1946, in the old rules, we'd have had old ships sunk. They would have been replaced with newer stuff, newer models, more range coming on. It might be that because we've just wiped the floor with the enemy in the seas, I've never replaced those older models in those task forces, and we've got old shit which can't sail out of sight of land. Bit like the old triremes in Civilization, for those of you who remember playing that. But that's going off on a different tangent, a different game. But that might have been the issue why we had the range issue and couldn't get from Hawaii over there. Other than it is quite a long range. But that's probably why it's never even occurred to me that that would be an issue in the past, because we've always had newer, more modern ships by 1946. So, we're definitely rewriting history a little bit here. I guess we'll have to catch up in the next episode and then see how this turns out.